Alright, I'm back again with another collection video. This time backlog Blu-rays by Arrow Films. Now I'll start off with a couple ones that I forgot from the Asian video because I realized that I have some more Asian movies. So I forgot this one on my shelf. This is the Survival Ballads by Shohei Imamura. So 3 movies from the 1980s by Imamura. The one most people are probably familiar with is the Ballad of Narayama. His version of it. It's the classic movie from the 1950s. And his take on it is quite different from the original. Great cover art. Yeah, his version of the movie is much dirtier and grimier, as one would expect from this director. Then there is the second one here, Zegen, which is like a satirical commentary on the 1940s and decades before that ultranationalism of the Japanese society. And then Black Rain is the other really famous Imamura movie here. Deals with people who survived the Hiroshima and the bombings, the atom bombs being dropped during the Second World War, and they're trying to live their lives riddled with cancer and so on. So yeah, I got that box set, which I completely forgot about. And then I have these 2 massive boxes here. I don't know how I'm even going to showcase this, but yeah, I have the first and the second Shawscope box sets. These are fantastic. I have opened these, but I haven't really watched that many movies from them. Yeah, these are great. Just this book design is really nice. It has this big booklet. So these are old martial arts movies from the 1970s mostly, I guess. There may be something here that's earlier, but I can't really remember. This is from 1972. And yeah, so mainly 1970s martial arts movies. These many of these are historical, not historically accurate, but have these historical characters in them. And yeah, I really like this this design. It has this book. Every disc has its own page with the artwork and the disc and all the information. It's really great. Really great stuff. So even if I haven't watched many of these movies yet, I still occasionally just pick this up from my shelf and just flip through it just to admire it because it looks so nice. Yeah, it's the same thing with the second one. Of this second box, I did recently watch 36 Chambers of Shaolin, the classic martial arts movie, which was fantastic. I really liked that a lot. Also has the sequels here. Some of these are probably quite mediocre, but many of these are classics that I recognize by name. But yeah, the Shaw Brothers, they just pumped out these martial arts movies. So many of them. Just an insane number of them. So there is also a 3rd volume of the Shawscope box sets that I think is coming quite soon. It's the green one. Yeah. How am I supposed to put these on screen? Maybe I'll do it like this. Right? They take up so much space. Man. Oh well. I'll try to work around it. Okay, let's do some other limited editions. I have here 3 box sets that are quite old. These are Italian murder movies. So I have here 2 films by Luciano Ercoli, Death Walks on High Heels and Death Walks at Midnight. I won't go through all of the box sets like in detail. Like I've said in one of the earlier movie collection videos, I don't really want to take the risk that there's some gore or just nudity, because some of these box sets have explicit gore and nudity. So I'll flip through some of the ones that I know are safe to show. Right? So this is 2 movies by Emilio P. Miraglia. The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave and The Red Queen Kills 7 Times. This is the original limited edition for those movies. And then I have here Black Cats. So this has 2 movies, one by Lucio Fulci and one by Sergio Martino. The Black Cat and Your Vice is a Locked Room and Only I Have the Key, which is at the same time an awful title for a movie, but also quite interesting. So, I don't know. Right, so these are all giallos, and Lucio Fulci's Black Cat, that's probably not a giallo, I don't know. I haven't watched any of these, so just Italian murder movies. Let's stay with the Italian stuff. I have here some crime movies as well. So first up we have Enzo Castellari with The Big Racket and The Heroin Busters. So these are Italian action movies. I quite like this genre of movie, but I haven't checked out anything by Castellari yet. And then I have this limited edition box set for Years of Lead that comes with the book. There's also a cheaper standard edition of this. This has 5 movies. Savage 3, I've watched the first 2. Savage 3 is pretty intense. I liked that one quite a lot. Like Rabid Dogs was a complete mess and just a waste of time, so I wouldn't suggest watching Like Rabid Dogs. But Savage 3, I think it's a good showcase of what these 70s Italian crime movies are all about. They are really violent and nihilistic. So if you want to see like what it is all about, that is probably a pretty an all right starting point. If you like that one, check the other ones out. If you don't like it, stay away, because that's what you're going to get over and over and over again. Brutal murders and lots of misogynistic content and so on. Right. I also have this. This is just a standard box set, so I don't have the limited edition for this, but this is the 6 Gothic Tales by Edgar Allan Poe, with these adaptations by Roger Corman, I believe. The Fall of House Usher, Tomb of Ligeia, The Pit and Pendulum, and so on. Really famous 1960s horror movies. Then, what shall I pick? Well, I just recently watched this one, so maybe I'll pick this. I went through all of the movies in this Arrow Video Enter the Video Store box set, which has 5 movies by Empire Pictures: The Dungeon Master, Dolls, Cellar Dweller, Arena, and Robot Jox. Now, one of the reasons why I don't like Arrow Films is that they have a really hard time mailing things. Like, as you can see, this is completely mint because there was bubble wrap, right? But there's then this other side, completely ruined, damaged in transit, because they didn't put anything on this other side, right? So they had bubble wrap on this side and nothing on this other side. So thanks again, Arrow Video. Sure, great to buy stuff from you. Right. But in terms of this box set and the movies, I was really enjoying all of them. Let's take a look. Well, The Dungeon Master, like, this is probably one of the worst movies in this box set. but it's also one of the more entertaining ones. So it's your typical 1980s fantasy, like very small budget fantasy action, right? Then Dolls has some great special effects. It's by Stuart Gordon, who did Reanimator, right? So it has just a dozen killer dolls. There are so many killer dolls in this movie that are all about just killing people, and they really enjoy it as well. And then Cellar Dweller, this one has Jeffrey Combs in it, so the guy from Reanimator. And again, 1980s low budget horror movie, very enjoyable if you like that sort of thing. Then Arena, this is like Jean-Claude Van Damme's Kickboxer in space, and they were also like really putting a lot of money into this. Like, this is not a low budget movie at all at this point. It has so many different like alien character designs and just great sets. I really enjoyed Arena a lot. And then Robot Jox was again another really enjoyable movie. It's a mecha battle movie where these people living in space are just, you know, using these mechas as a way to solve diplomatic problems between countries. So whenever a country has a beef with another country, they start doing these mecha battles for some reason. It's very entertaining. So I like these Enter the Video Store movies quite a lot. Very nice stuff. I'm guessing I'll do some more box sets and try to put the Shawscope ones like on top, maybe. Is it possible? How am I supposed to showcase all of this stuff? Maybe I'll do it like this, so they kind of like lurk in a corner. Right. Let's do Phantasm next. I have the standard box set for Phantasm Complete Collection. There's also the big box with the ball in it. I don't have that one. But yeah, I've only seen the first movie, and I really liked it a lot. I think it's an underrated horror movie. Has the tall man as the villain, and just great special effects, great action. So Phantasm, definitely something to check out if you haven't given it a shot. Now let's do some standards. Maybe I'll do the other box sets in the next one. I have so much stuff here, I won't be able to do it all in one video, so I'll split it into two. I have a box here full of standard Arrow releases next to me, so I'll just pick out stuff. Let's start off with Westerns. 2 by Duccio Tessari, Pistol for Ringo, The Return of Ringo. Don't really know anything about this. The director is quite not a well-known name at all, so I don't know what to expect from this at all. Then I have some other Westerns here. There's Cemetery Without Crosses. I don't know anything about this one either. And then there is Texas Adios with Franco Nero in it. So this one I'm more excited to watch at some point, because Franco Nero is such an iconic actor doing all these different genre movies. Right, next up, let's go. I think these are in alphabetical order, right? Apprentice to Murder. Now, what is this movie? This is something. I have no idea. Yeah, this is the one with Donald Sutherland in it. That's what I bought it, because it has Donald Sutherland in it. So yeah, there's that. The main actor from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Right. Then I have Mike Hodges' Black Rainbow. I only got this because it's directed by Mike Hodges, so the guy who did Get Carter and Flash Gordon. Don't know much about it either. Then some, I'm guessing a slasher movie. I don't know much about many of these movies that I have in a backlog, because at one point I bought a complete collection of a guy, just probably like 100 Arrow movies, and I just bought the whole thing from him. So there were a lot of releases there that I had never heard of, and many of them are still here in the box, waiting to be watched. Right. Then I have Nico Mastorakis' Blood Tide. I talked about this guy in many of the earlier videos. This one does have James Earl Jones in it, most well known from Star Wars. So yeah, Greek horror stuff. Then I have Bound, which is a action movie, I'm guessing, by the people who made The Matrix. So this is one of the early movies by the Wachowskis, or whatever their names are. Yeah, the Wachowskis. Then Burnt Offerings, which is a British horror film, I think. I'm pretty sure it's British. Could be American as well. You never know. You never know with this. Anyway, Burnt Offerings. Don't know much about it. Right. Then I'm guessing I'll move the camera a bit so I can fit everything better like that. Right. Let's do another stack from the box of horrors. Well, the first one isn't really a horror movie. There's just a but here. This is Cheeky by Tinto Brass. I have a bunch of Tinto Brasses like these softcore erotica movies. Arrow released a bunch of them, and I have some of these, not all of them. Then there is Cohen and Tate, which is like a crime action movie, kind of. Don't really know much about this one either. Then I have Contamination, which is your typical Alien ripoff. This is a Italian Alien ripoff movie. Alien, the 1979 movie, I mean. Then I have Wes Craven's Deadly Blessing. Many Wes Craven movies I haven't really gotten into, but I always give him a chance, because the ones that are really good, like the original Scream and so on. So I always give Wes Craven a chance. Right. Then I have here Defcon 4, which is an apocalypse movie, sci-fi apocalypse movie. Right. Another crime movie. This is Dillinger from 1970 something, 73. So this is a bit older than many of the other ones here. Very well liked cult movie, Dillinger. Then I have here Lucio Fulci's Don't Torture a Duckling, one of the Fulci movies that I've yet to see. Do I have the booklet for this one? No, unfortunately no. It's maybe, let's say, 50-50 how many of these are first print and how many of these are reprints. Right, so more Tinto Brass. This is Frivolous Lola, more butts, and softcore erotica. And finally, let's do Heathers. Has Christian Slater and Winona Ryder in it. And that's as much as I can fit on the screen. I'll move Heathers over there. Right. I'm guessing this is the first video here. Yeah, I have a bunch of... Maybe I should do a couple more, just because I have so many. I'll do a couple more, yeah. It's only a 20-minute long video anyway. I'll grab one more stack and pile them there in front of the limited editions. Right. This one is Colobos, however you call it, from 2019. I don't know anything about this one. Then I have Madman, which is some kind of a slasher, most likely. Yeah, hack and slash action. Next up, Rawhead Rex. Is this by Empire Pictures? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, this is Clive Barker's stuff, so it's probably extremely gory and dark. Then the sequel to The Killer Tomatoes, Return of the Killer Tomatoes. I really like the original movie. I should watch this sequel as well, but I never for some reason do. It has been sitting there for years now. Right. Another movie that I've been meaning to watch for a long time, this is John Frankenheimer's Ronin with Robert De Niro and the French guy whose name I always forget, Jean Reno. This is from 2000, isn't it? Oh, 1988. It's a lot older than I remembered. Well, that's great. Then here we have Satanic Panic, which is again, I think, a more modern one. Yeah, 2019. So it's a horror comedy movie from 2019. And then a couple more. Next up, we have Scalpel, which is... I mean, I always like horror movies that deal with hospitals and surgery, because it is such a scary thing to think about. You're in a hospital and there's just this doctor who's just insane and cuts you up. Right. And then let's end with this one. Man, I'll tell a story about this one. One of the reasons why I absolutely hate Arrow films at times. This is Southland Tales by Richard Kelly, the guy who did Donnie Darko, and this is a notoriously bad movie. And because of that, I didn't want to pay a lot of money for this, so I got this during a sale. I bought a limited edition of Southland Tales, and they sent me this standard regular edition. I tried contacting their customer service. Anyone who has had the misfortune of having to do that know that their customer service is completely incompetent. They are borderline illiterate morons who work for this, whoever provides the customer service for Arrow films. And they tried to claim that this was the limited edition, that they weren't going to send me a new one. And it took like 20 messages to finally get a return form. So I returned this in the mail, paid for the postage myself to get the actual limited edition of it. And, well, they sent me a package back, and there was another copy of this standard fucking edition of Southland Tales in a box. And I contacted their customer service again, and they tried to claim that this is the limited edition, which it is not. Because it doesn't have a booklet and it doesn't have the slipcover that it should have. And it took another, let's say, 10 messages before I gave up, and I've never contacted Arrow Films customer service again, because it's a complete waste of time and money. So now I have a standard copy of Southland Tales that I should have got a limited edition for, I think it was £7 during a sale. And this cost me like £20 because of all the shipping costs and everything to get this one standard copy of Southland Tales. So screw Arrow Films and their customer service. And I still haven't even watched the movie yet. So there's that. Right. So ending with a negative rant about Arrow Films. And yeah, that's that for this one. And I'll return with another backlog video. I'll go through everything else I have here. So there's a lot of stuff here still to get through, but let's see what happens. Bye.